Hey, good day to you all. My name is Stephen Lazar. Thank you for visiting with us at Property Network. Today, my blog is about knowing what I know. This is why I would not invest in an SDA property under the NDIS. Amongst other things, you need to be committed to your own financial destiny. And if you're not, this is not for you. This is not an investment if you're not prepared to rise above your current level of comfort. And what I mean by that is it's a complex investment that is going to require a challenged decision. And if you're going to make a comfortable decision, it's not going to work for you. If you're risk averse, run the other way. This is definitely not for you. I would not invest if I'm an investor who's going to make an investment decision attracted to the very high yields that are being advertised and marketed. That's greed or the fear of missing out. And if you make a decision on fear or greed, that's emotion. And when you put emotion into an investment decision, you're guaranteeing yourself a lower return on investment, but you're only doing so 100% of the time. If you're going to invest with emotion, that it needs to be near where you live, or you want to feel or touch it, or I need a guarantee of some sort, that is emotive. Review the opportunity, step back, look at the big picture from a whole, and then rise above your current level of comfort so you can make an informed investment decision, whether it's not for you or is for you. Hey, I would not invest for this if I'm looking for a guarantee of tenants or even a rental guarantee, because when you're looking for guarantee of tenants, again, that's fear. And fear is emotion. You might not know that if you build for 2 participants and you only ever get 1, you're still going to earn around about 7 or 8% yield. And that's still way above standard residential yield. And there is every chance that if you build in the right area, that you will attract more than 1 participant into your property. Where I'm coming from is when you don't know what you don't know, how can you make that all-informed, important investment decision? And at Property Network, we're consultants in the space. We're consultants to you to help you get to know what you don't know about this investment opportunity so that you can make an informed investment decision which is more complex. These properties are known to be more expensive to build, and the banks, in all likelihood, are going to undervalue them. And if you cannot deal with the fact that they're more expensive to build, then this is not for you. This is not for you if you're chasing higher yields at the sacrifice of location. And how do you know that there is demand in the areas where those companies are marketing to you, where they're trying to sell you into, offering you these incredible yields? We often see these packages that clients share with us, where we know so many are being built in those locations. And as an investor, you don't know about that. As consultants, we get to see where they're getting offered, where they're getting built, and which areas you want or not going to invest in. This is not for you if you want that rental guarantee to minimize some of your risks. A rental guarantee is a risk in itself because nobody is guaranteeing the person who's giving you the guarantee. And what happens if they close their doors? What happens to your property? Who's going to manage it? It becomes an expensive paperweight. Why would I, as an investor, take on all the risk of a property and take on a loan and give away around about 60% of the income and only keep 40%? Why would I do that for 7 to 10 years and also not get CPI increases either? For every $100,000 of potential income your property managers get for you, they will keep 60 and take the rental increases over the next 7 years, and all you're going to get is 40% yield? I don't think so. This is not for you if you think property management fees are very high, because there is a lot of work involved. And for the high yields you're going to get, you should be happy to pay away X amount of dollars to have tenants sourced for you and your property managed. Tenants managed. It's important that they get on with each other so that they stay. Fees above 15% could be excessive. Anything above 15% in total, even if it's not called management fee, is expensive. Then it's not for you either to go with that provider. This is not for you if you're happy to sign away the rights to your property for a period of time through a head lease agreement. It is punitive. They'll get you to sign a 5 or 10-year head lease agreement with exit clauses of 1 or 2 years notice. Things change for you. You might want to sell or have to sell, and you're locked in. You've given away all rights of your property to somebody else with a head lease agreement. If you're going to sign a head lease agreement, negotiate a 12-month period or negotiate a 3 or 6 month exit clause. Any more than that, you are punishing yourself. This is not for you if you don't have access to an SDA provider who's your licensed rental manager, who's going to source participants and access the NDIS funding for you. If you cannot get hold of an SDA provider to manage the property, do not sign on the dotted line until you find one. Don't enter into an agreement for the property. This is not for you if, like most investors, you make a decision based on emotion. Because, as I said earlier, whenever you bring emotion into an investment, where you live, comfortable decision, wanting a rental guarantee, attracted to the high yields, fear of missing out, FOMO. As soon as you bring any emotion into this investment, you know you're going to get a lower return because you're making a comfortable decision that sits in your current level of comfort. So you'll keep getting the same results. Emotion is going to guarantee that you get a lower return on investment. And as I said before, it's only 100% of the time. This is also not for you if you're unable to match the investment vehicle to your goals and your purpose for the investment. SDA is a yield play. And when you're getting significant income, it is how you reinvest that yield where you're going to make most of your money. Once again, when you invest where you live, it's emotive. Where if you match the investment vehicle to your goals and your purpose for the investment, then you're making a more informed investment decision that's going to improve the return on investment. And when you compound that over 10, 15 years, it's phenomenal. We've spoken to many people. I've been in property space as a professional for 16 years, and 15 years before that, I did financial planning and gave it up because the products just didn't suit my clients. So for the last 16 years, I've been focused on property only. And it astounds us still that most of the people we talk to who can easily afford to invest, about 80% of people always come up with the reason why it's not going to work for them. Because they have a poor relationship with and to money. SDA property, if you're one of these 80%ers, is not for you. Be mindful of other people's time if you're not going to be able to make a decision outside of your level of comfort. You'll be wasting their time and your time trying to dig underneath the surface when you know you're not going to do anything about it. However, if I can appeal to you, who is one of the 20%ers, if you're one of these 20%ers who undertake your own due diligence and you make an informed investment decision that sits outside your current level of comfort so you can get better returns, and you match that investment to the purpose for the investment and the goals and the strategy that you want, when you're wanting to take control of your own financial destiny and the financial destiny of your next generations, then SDA property is ideally suited to you. And when you're comfortable and you know that it's not a growth play, but it's a yield play, because most people are happy with a 5% capital growth under normal market circumstances. And when you look at the numbers and you reinvest the yield that you're going to be getting, this very high yield that you'll be getting, if you invest it astutely, you will more than outgrow that 5% capital growth on the property that you would have been happy with. So would you rather have that property in a growth area at 5%, or would you rather have a yield investment vehicle where you take that money and you reinvest it elsewhere and achieve a much higher than 5% year-on-year growth? And when you compound that again over the next 10, 15, 20 years, it amounts to a significant amount. It'll change your financial destiny for you. Then SDA Property is ideal for you. Thank you for visiting with us at Property Network. My name is Stephen Lazar. We're consultants in this space. We're very knowledgeable, and we can access property across Australia, where we look for the land that's going to match. We'll design the build for you. We'll get it built. We'll introduce you to SDA providers in the area who will manage your property and find you participants. Reach out to us. I'd love to help you on your journey, altering your financial destiny, answer your questions, educate you to the point where you can make that challenged but informed investment decision so that your money is working hard for you. If you only invest, say, 20% as a deposit, and if that property is 700,000 and you're only investing 140, and you're getting an income of 100, that's about a 79% return on your money. How you choose to reinvest that extra income is where you're going to change your wealth journey. Stephen Lazar, Property Network. There's a link below to the full blog. Have a read. Come back to us with your questions, your feedback, or share a package you're looking at for our input. Once again, have a beautiful day. Cheers.